G'day guys, another replay reflections from your boy Jules B, who plays support usually. I'm playing Disruptor this game. Here are the lineups. It's a solo queue. MMR's around about 4.5k. I'm about 4.8, heading up towards 5 as fast as I can. So this is some replay commentary, trying to get down on my mistakes and improve on my gameplay. Here we go. So the reason I am recording this video is to give an example of how I believe solo training should take place. It's important for us to reflect on our own gameplay to improve our efficacy and minimize our mistakes made during the games. So here I'm just setting up vision for the top rune, because by this point it's pretty obvious we're going to be contesting. I saved my skill point. I got the damage ability because, yeah, it's kind of important, I think. And snagged the bounty rune from the Tusk. Managed to get a kill here, which is good. Now I think I could have blocked that guy, I think, in the trees there. Also, I believe I could use the cooldowns of Thunderstrike there a bit better. Like, for example, instead of using it straight away to get the damage in faster, I can first right click a few times and then use the spell to increase first of all increase the amount of right click DPS that I'm enabling my hero to do, and second of all by increasing the overall amount of time that the enemy is taking damage by. As we see, doing inventory checks, that's good. I'm gonna try and work this game, or in this reflection, to point out as many mistakes as I can, and perhaps irregular patterns. Missing last hits there, while my carry's going for a dive. I probably could have assisted with glimpse there, had I been in a better position. But my positioning was unfortunate for the lane control. Could have been denying those creeps there, but I was worrying about something else. Here we see a mistake of my use of glimpse, actually, and like it's our inability to get a kill in this. It results in our inability to kill this Ember Spirit. Necrophos. I'm not sure how we could have done that better. I guess, like, in essence, what I'm really doing is just zoning him with the assistance of Ember Spirit, which is it's not bad, but the bad habit comes from not being sure on how to use my glimpse. Like, I think if I came in from the side instead of just going from the lane, it might have resulted in more damage or a better situation overall. Yeah. Failed to stack that, and we failed to secure rune control for these guys. So here we see him getting ganked. I TP mid here. Fortunately, he doesn't need any assistance. My rotation mid was inefficient because I didn't spend my resources efficiently. Like, placing a ward would have been good earlier, and also just walking mid would have been fine, I think. A vital point of my gameplay that needs improvement is definitely my rotations into mid. Disruptor is a bit of a weird one in that you have to sort of force them back to use the glimpse properly. So I'm not yet quite sure how to use that properly. Here we have a good use of the kinetic field though. Lena misses her stun, get the kill. I think just a small mistake there is instead of going for the kill, I could have let the Shadow Fiend do the last bit of damage. I still had the glimpse to send him back anyway, so small inefficiency there in being unable to feed my cores with as much gold as possible. Took me a while to get the wards up from minutes 6 or 7. This Necro made a mistake to try and juke me like that. I don't think he knew I was coming. He was just trying to dodge a Wind Ranger. Still a good use of rotations there. In here we just get the mana to stop them chasing the Wind Ranger any further. The PL there. Secure the Wind Ranger's life there, which is good. Spin it up. This is me just going to base. So I'm basically paying POS 5 support, which I think Disruptor does well at, because his skill set really, it just requires mana and vision basically. And I see him ward there, and I didn't want to de-ward straight away because I was focused on getting last hits. But I think I could have done it there, maybe safely. But here I think we'll use the glimpse. And so there's the bounty as well. I could have put, here's a mistake we did. I could have put the sentry down to see the bounty. Also that ward is still up. So yeah, I wanted to, I ended up placing it down in a spot that could cover mid, but as well get the observer that I knew was there. In the future, I just want to be more aware of where the enemy's position might be. So like in that mid gank, for example, if I had the sentry down earlier, we could have seen the bounty earlier, definitely, and probably would have resulted in, or maybe could have helped the Shadow Fiend from dying. Yeah. A mistake here perhaps is not hitting the tower. Just that small inefficient movement. Like there again, could keep up the DPS if had more awareness of what was actually going on. And I used that because I suspected the Tusk was sitting in the side, but it wasn't not the case. This ward, I don't know if it was a mistake. I don't know if he saw me ward, but like I was thinking, if he saw it, it was probably a mistake. So yeah, I'm not carrying dust, which I think I should be at this point. I'm not so sure what I'm saving for, and also I'm lacking a TP. So like here the courier comes out, but I don't have any things on it. I end up buying the wards and the TP too late. By this point, he's already up. The courier, it's already halfway to us. So the inefficiency and mistake there is just being unaware of the courier management and timings, and also just being on top of my spending. Like if I'd spent that money sooner and been able to load it onto the courier sooner, we would have been one step ahead of the enemy. I probably could have used a sentry on to de-ward that rune spot if I'd predicted that. I think here was a bit of a waste. Yeah. So that definitely is a mistake, dropping a ward there with no reason. Whereas I think there is reason enough to assume they've probably warded the bot rune, just because of the game timer. In hindsight, they probably didn't want to push the bot tower because first of all the lean is down, and second of all because the PL hasn't been getting much the whole game. Like he doesn't really have the items or the farm to push at this stage. And here we actually kill the PL. Good that I managed to trap him in my kinetic field with the static storm, which is creating a good trade for our team. PL getting a streak, I think. Yeah, a killing spree, and but unfortunately dying himself. So I think it's worth with PL just the Vlad's so far. So we managed to shut him down in trade for a kill, and the Lena dies as well. So it's a 3-for-1, basically. Ember Spirit gets a kill top. Ember Spirit played really well this game actually. With assistance, obviously, he with this ward, I think it allowed him to go a bit more aggressive. The ward that I placed earlier, so it's good, I think. Maybe a mistake to TP mid here, but I think it was strong, just because I don't believe that leaving a lane alone is too beneficial, even if as what's happening here is my team's dying. I mean, we lose a Shadow Fiend, but I end up rotating after I push mid out a bit, just because I don't think it's a waste of resources, you know, like the creeps. But here I come in to turn the fight and give these guys a bit of mana. And I mean, it goes relatively well. Just the PL here. I'm waiting for my Static Storm to come down. And maybe this was a bad use of static, because I end up dying at Alina. Could have silenced her. But the PL dies as well, so it's a 2 for 2. Probably worth like enemy carry and support, or enemy carry and off lane for our support and the mid laner. So I'm not particularly feeding. I am dying with purpose. Like, we're getting kills on the PL every time. Both times I've died, it's been for a trade for the PL. So I think that is good plays, generally speaking. This was pretty poor. I don't know if I could have done something there. Maybe could have used the glimpse to maybe save the Wind Ranger if I had glimpsed the Lina, but that was perhaps a stretch. I believe that I still should have done it though, because when it comes to saving your teammates, like, I'm spending 100 mana and I've got arcanes to replenish it. I probably just should have used the cooldown to increases the Wind Ranger's chance of survival, because I mean, I don't think it was costing me too much to do that, you know. And I think that was a good decision on my part, actually, because we see he ends up dying there. The Tusk, there you go, goes down to the AA blast. For the record, I'm just talking about the use of glimpse on Necrophos there. And the reason I use a sentry in the lane here is because of the amount of action in bot lane just over the past few minutes. And here it results in us getting a nice pick on the Bounty Hunter. I think just the inefficiency here is me moving too far to the left just then, gives PL a chance to nuke me a little bit with his lance. And also, I might have done better to save my Static Storm for a bigger fight, perhaps, that potentially could have yielded more results just then. Maybe a mistake. I think perhaps just the kinetic field would have done it for the damage. For the control, I mean, and the damage coming from Wind Ranger, the ulti there. Overall, I think it was a fairly good decision though. So I was kind of saving that, but then Shadow Fiend TP bot, and so that's why I took it. They managed to dodge the Ice Blast. Oh, it still hits. Interesting. So we have a pretty good thing here, but I don't. Problematic here that I don't have my, now I'm doing it where I'm moving forward with the glimpse range, but I wasn't actively looking for glimpse targets, which glimpse being level 4, I should definitely be doing that. So these sort of mistakes coming down to my camera control and my awareness during team fights, basically. You'll see, and there are a few other times in this game where I could have capitalized, but because of my tunnel vision, essentially, or my lack of awareness in team fights, where our kappa, so to speak, is kind of limited. For the arcanes, because he could have been probably topped if I had hit him with it, allowing for more spam. And here the Wind Ranger blinks forward, and I actually glimpse him back, which, I mean, the AA blast doesn't hit, but we do secure the kill using the Static Storm, which is fine, I think. The enemy didn't particularly want to engage on top of that, so that's good. I had a good game in terms of the ward control. I think the only one I missed one was the one on that high ground near the bot rune earlier, but I didn't see that go down, and the mistake was already pointed out. I used it on the right side of the left side of the tier 1 at bot. This moment here is a good little just then is a good example of the inefficiencies that I think I have. It's like when I move to make plays, like put a ward down, but then I click to prematurely to move my hero back, and then it like wastes like half a second or a second of movement, basically. That I suppose could be just eliminated from my gameplay to increase my overall skill. And here I am just showing bot lane and also soaking up some of the experience. Like I said, I don't think it's particularly good to waste these sort of resources, but then it results in me being out of position for this fight. And so Shadow Fiend dies here, and you can see me on the map. I'm still coming around, but what happens is our Wind Ranger is over on the right side getting killed. So that the Lina actually dies before the glimpse even is effective, and that was a mistake. But here I am coming up with the Ember Spirit, so this is kind of good. I got some, team, and I could have Static Stormed him straight away, but that was a mistake. He could have died quicker. I don't think he didn't get anything extra, and Ember Spirit ends up getting 4 kills there, or 3 kills, sorry. Just that in a higher skill game, that like half a second or that split second hesitation between laying down the silence or not laying it down could mean the difference between a team wipe going one way or the other, So these small inefficiencies of my indecision or sort of slow response time are the sort of stuff that I want to eliminate from my game. There, like I just pinged it. I saw him ward there, and I didn't listen to my instincts. I think Ember Spirit says that he pulled up that he dewarded like here, and you'll see I've got 1 sentry, but I decided to use it here on a sentry rather than I knew he put an observer ward there, and I couldn't get it straight away. You can see it on the minimap. What I could have done to make my gameplay more efficient is just I could have placed that sentry ward a little bit more south, and with a bit of rationality, I would have realized, oh look, if you just put it down a bit, it's gonna hit both of these locations. So I was tunnel visioned there a bit on achieving. I was like saying to myself, oh, it's either the sentry or the observer, when really, in reality, I could have hit both. But waiting for the AA blast to hit, and then I let the Ember TP in first, and then I come in second. But see here, we could have I could have got this guy. The PL could have died if I just hit a Thunderstrike and a Glimpse. I think I could have brought him back, and we could have got 2 kills instead of 1. So here I was tunnel vision. I was a bit tunnel visioned on Tuskar, and basically we let the Necro TP away in plain sight. I still have my Glimpse on cooldown, off cooldown, and we let the PL get away as well, which I think he TP's bot or TP's home. Yeah, here we go. So that was a bad use of my cooldowns there, but good use of rotations. I think secured the. I think, do we get the deny? No, but we secured the kill on Tusk. But we didn't get the deny on the tower, and we didn't get the kill on Necrophos or on PL. We could have got the PL as well, which is an inefficiency in itself. Still doing inventory checks is important. And here's actually the fight that leads to the end of the game. A really bad Static Storm, that one. So let's just jump back and see how that goes actually again. So pretty poor, good move across to cut them off. But I didn't use my Thunderstrike. I didn't use my kinetic field in time before I got stunned, basically. So the Tuskar gets a walk away, but the Ember Spirit comes to clean up. And who did I even use this Thunderstrike on? On the Tuskar. Level 1 though. Like, this is, at this point in the game, this isn't a damage ability, it's a location ability. It's a position ability. So, and here I could have glimpsed the PL, but I wasn't. I'm too worried about my own positioning, and I'm not focusing on the utility of my spells. So like, the position is important for myself, but also the utility. It's got a greater net worth if used correctly. So just the main points of improvement for me are, I think, camera control and spell control. Decision making in regards to my spells and their utility, and also decision making in regards to my camera coordination. Anyway, so that's just a solo game, Replay Reflection by Jules B. I'm playing Zakusa here. This is my pub name, Disruptor. Yeah, please try and take some inspiration from this video. This is the kind of reflections that I expect from my players in the team. The self-analysis. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to leave a thumbs up and comment and subscribe. Would love it if you did. Cheers.